up, snipers? Stock Sniper Nick here, and tonight we're gonna go ahead and dive into our watch list of hot penny stocks to watch for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, November 4th. So tonight is a huge night. It's the election night, so we should have some exciting stocks for tomorrow. We're gonna keep this watch list short and sweet because of the election. There should be a lot of new movement tomorrow, and depending on which way it goes, there should be new stocks to watch. So for tonight, we actually are all cash. We're waiting, excited to see what's gonna happen. 4 years ago, last election, it was very active. So for tonight, we'll talk about some of the stocks that could be affected by the election, and then we'll talk about the penny stocks that we're watching very closely that you could see big potential, 15-20% tomorrow morning. If you're brand new to the channel and you like what we got going on, show us some love, hit the subscribe button below, hit a like, throw a comment. We do this every single Tuesday night, and we also have a video every Monday. We'll be coming here every week. Alright guys, so diving right into our watch list. Like I said, we'll make tonight short and sweet. On the left side is our watch list, and on the right side is TD Ameritrade Stink or Swim. If you are brand new, we go over a watch list every single night at the end of the day because the penny stock market is just so exciting. Every single night, there's a new stock to talk about. The first one, OWCP. This stock we've actually made some pretty good money off of before, and that's what's awesome about these stocks. You got to keep them on their watch list. The way that their shares are set up, they have the potential to spike. You know, these ones that have spiked in the past, they can always come back. And what's cool is sometimes they'll line up with another one of your patterns later on down the road. If you've been with us, you know we really only trade 4 patterns. So for OWCP, this lined up with the first green day. This one ended up popping midday. So with OWCP, the story behind this is an OTC cannabis runner. As you can see in the past, it has had some amazing movement here in 2 days. It went from sub-penny land all the way to 3 cents. And then today, when it got that big volume push, it went from sub-penny land and ended up pushing all the way over that multi-month resistance of 1 penny. And after it broke that, it almost doubled, going all the way to close at 0.019. So 90%. From that multi-month breakout. That's another reason why we love these stocks. Now diving into the 1 day, 1 minute. Since the run-up is such a good push, and the run-up really didn't start until around 2:30 when it got that big volume candle. What we're seeing here is a big volume push. So since the run-up happened so quick and it spiked 140% in that last hour and a half, what we're looking for now is for a potential panic dip buy here. And that is why I said earlier, we could see potential 15 to 20% tomorrow. Because if you play the panic dip buy right, you can make 15, 20, 30, 40% potentially within the hour. Sometimes within 10 minutes, you could see that 20, 25% as we did last week in NWBO. With this dip buy, we're looking for a pullback. We're looking for the sellers to step in the morning, and if sellers do step in, if this doesn't continue over that 1.9 high tomorrow, if sellers do step in, we want to see the pullback down to some support that it created today. Now we know the multi-month breakout is 1, but that's a little bit far from where it's at. So if it does get a pullback, it did create some support on its run up today, and we like the support spots down here at 145, and then we like the other support spot down here at 125. So those are 2 key spots that we'll be watching closely if this does get the sell-off in the morning. Like we were saying, the run-up happened so quick, so we do not want to reach. What we want to see now that we're not in it is that dip buy. The next stock on the list, VRYYF, and look at this chart here. This is the 1 day, 1 minute chart. As you can see, it was on an awesome climb, but then the manipulation looks to end. It had a very nice breakout, and it had a very nice continuation. And you know, if you play like a sniper, you take that bag in the morning, and you actually had very nice potential on this stock, and that's what we like to see. But as you guys know, we're playing stocks that are manipulated, so you don't want to hang in them too long. And look what ends up happening. As it keeps on creeping up, it ends up topping out in power hour 4:30 and cracking over $1. Over 25% it cracked in the last 25 minutes, going from 434 to close at 318. So wild movement. And again, that is why we love these stocks, because you need this kind of movement to make money, especially when you're trading on an account that's under 5K. So let's talk about why we're interested in this stock tomorrow. First things first, before we talk about that, look at the 1 year chart. This was an awesome breakout, and you know, when it broke out again, like I said yesterday, it had a continuation day today, and that was a great continuation day. Ended up pushing 30% more. So very nice play there. Now, after it pushed, what do we like to see? We want to see this thing continue to go, so that way it can offer a good panic like it did today at the end of the day. Now, if you've been with us for a little bit, you know that we don't like to play the panics at the end of the day. We'd rather play panics in the morning because the bounces are better. Okay, so for VRYYF, we didn't get in on that panic because it was at the end of the day, and we actually want more of a panic. Now that crack happened, let's talk about what we're looking for tomorrow. Since it is down 26% from its high, it's down over $1.15 from its high. If this one panics again tomorrow, we will be watching for a panic dip buy. Yep, you got it. So similar to OWCP, we're looking for a sell-off to happen in the morning, and we're looking for this one to get an additional sell-off to what it already got in the last 25 minutes. So think about it. It's already down a good amount from 434. So if this one continues, the initial breakout last week was 215 initial breakout spot and that 260 spot. Those are two key spots. Hey, if you could drop another $1 really quickly in the morning and get down to that initial breakout spot, that'd be really nice. That'll be an ideal situation. So let's see what can happen. All right, guys, I do not want to keep you too much longer. But last but not least, we always like to throw one wild card in there. And for tonight, my wild card is more based around the election, since we do have that big event coming tonight. And this is a stock to watch if the Democrats win, because they promised to legalize cannabis. The cannabis stocks have been getting some hype leading up to the election. And so this stock is actually one of the cannabis leaders, ACB, Aurora Cannabis. And it's actually coming up to a key long-term resistance of $5. It's been testing that. A lot of these smaller OTC cannabis plays have been getting some momentum because the Democrats look like they could win. And this stock is one of the leaders. So it's one to watch. It's a good indicator to see if these other ones could pick up steam. These other cannabis stocks like TRSSF, CWBHF, NXTTF, these ones run when these bigger stocks like ACB, like TLRY, like CGC, when those stocks get big boost, the sympathy plays, the little cannabis stocks run as well, and they'll run even more. So these are good ones to watch. If the Democrats win, this is a good one to put on your watch list just to keep an eye on. Not to really get in this one, even though this is now such a cheap stock compared to where it was at, but it's really just to watch. So that way, if these ones get a big boost, if this one finally gets over that 5 resistance and ends up getting a push, you know, and these big cannabis stocks get a big boost, these smaller ones will play in sympathy, and we've seen some huge runners. This is where our account started 4 years ago. This is what got our interest into the penny stock market, so we are familiar with all these cannabis plays. It's actually our favorite penny stocks to play. So if this market heats up, we are in for a hot time, snipers, so get ready for that. And this is just one to watch if you haven't been with us. This is just one to put on the watch list as a bigger one just to keep an eye on. My snipers, as always, thanks for tuning in. Again, we do this every single week. I'll be back here next Tuesday. We got Sniper Mike that's back every Monday for the week recap. Talks about our account and how we did in the overall market. And then we talk about every single night, day-to-day basis on the watch list. We'll be back here next Tuesday. For our members, we have webinar Wednesday tomorrow, and the chat is gonna be hot because we got the election. Excited to see what's gonna happen tonight. God bless America. Hope you guys get out there and vote. Much love, all my snipers. See you guys next week. Peace.